Hey guys, welcome to pregame.tv. Now I know normally on Friday nights you would be looking for videos, would be me and VR in studio for them. Well, VR is under the weather, so we didn't get to go into the studio today to shoot videos, but I didn't want to leave you guys with nothing over the weekend. So I'm going to put up a video or two this weekend here. We'll be doing it from the home office, no fancy studio, but this is where it all happens at the war room, so to speak, front of this desk and computer all week long. Friday nights, not fun, big college schedule, and we're sitting here breaking it all down. Wanted to share a game with you. We're going to take a look at Oklahoma State at West Virginia. Now, we take a look at this game, and this is a game that, if you look at it on the surface, Oklahoma State minus 4.5 was the opening number on this game. And Oklahoma State comes in here. They were rolling, guys. Oklahoma State had put together a 7-game winning streak going into the Kansas game, the big showdown at home with Kansas. They come up a point short, 68-67 against Kansas. And now we're looking to bounce back on the road. They already played West Virginia earlier in the year, and they played them at home, and they rolled them 80-66. So this looks like a good spot on the surface to grab Oklahoma State in revenge, or excuse me, to bounce back, not in revenge. I'm going to actually look at the revenging home dog with West Virginia, and I've got some reasons why I like West Virginia here. First off, Oklahoma State's coming off that monster game against Kansas. Anytime you play a big game like that and you come up short, I know the knee-jerk reaction is to look at that team to bounce back in their next game. I, however, feel that when you play a huge game like that and you lose, it's tougher to pick yourself up off the mat. There's kind of a carryover effect, a hangover, if you want to call it that, in your next game. I look at this West Virginia team, and I talked about this on first preview show Monday night with RJ on the radio show. This West Virginia team, this is their first year in the Big 12. Now, geographically, this is not a natural fit for West Virginia. Going from West Virginia, all of their road games, they're going to be traveling to Texas, Kansas, Oklahoma. Not ideal travel. Now, in football, it's one thing. You play one game a week, then you've got a whole week, to recuperate. So the travel is not as big of a factor. But in basketball, you're playing 2 games a week. If you look at the schedule that these guys have played, West Virginia, and I'm going back all the way to early January, this team has not played at home 2 games in a row. They started out January 5th at home to Oklahoma. Then 4 days later, they're playing in Texas. 3 days later, they're back home, travel all the way back to West Virginia. 4 days later, they're at Iowa State. 3 days later, they're back out on the road to Purdue. 4 days later, they're playing at home. They did this all the way from January 5th through their last game, where they went to Kansas State. Now they're at home. They played on Monday. They're not playing till Saturday. So they've had almost a full week to rest at home, and their next game is at home as well. So this team is not going to be as fatigued as they've been in some of these past situations, going back and forth, back and forth. Also, live dog and revenge. I like this situation. It's an early game, afternoon game. Like the home dog here. Look for Oklahoma State to be flat. We're getting a little bit of an inflated number because West Virginia's not played as well. And again, more of it's had to do with their schedule. I think this team's going to be a sleeper. You'll find some value with them down the stretch. And we've got them in back-to-back home games coming up here tonight and then back against Baylor in their next game. We're going to go ahead and take West Virginia here. I'm going to take the points. Don't be surprised if this one goes right down to the wire and West Virginia pulls it out outright, but I am going to take them plus the points. Now, it did open at 4.5. I can tell you that the initial betting came in on West Virginia. Some sharp money showed up on West Virginia, even though the majority of the bets have actually been on Oklahoma State. 76% of the bets so far have been on Oklahoma State, yet this line has come down. That tells me there's been serious money on the dog just like my money's on. Let's take West Virginia plus the points. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll try to get another video up later this weekend for you. Good luck on Saturday, and thanks for watching pregame.tv.